Hello, ho, ho, and yeah, welcome back to Python, welcome back to Tkinter, and yeah, back to graphical user interface. Now we are looking at text entries. As a quick reminder for everyone who is joining now and didn't watch the video before, if you did it, you can skip a few minutes. I will make a timestamp here. For a simple GUI, just import Tkinter. Then type in GUI equals Tkinter point tk with brackets, and important is GUI point main loop. If you want a button, you can declare a variable called button, for example. However you wanna name the variable, you can say Tkinter point button with arguments like text, for example add, and a command like which can be any function. Example, we can write a simple function, and now we can type in the function. It's a little bit fast, but yeah, I made a whole video around this. Now to place the button in our GUI, just type button point place and then the X coordinate and the Y coordinate. And I forgot to mention that you also have to set the geometry, like GUI point geometry, then a string containing X and Y axis. And now if you run your little GUI, your script, you can now see it on the right side. We also can add a label which just represents some text, like label equals Tkinter point label, text equals some stuff, font equals Arial, and 12. And again, a label point place. To place it, we will later learn other methods to place it. And we can type in this coordinates and now run it again, and you can see the label. Okay, this was just a quick reminder of the previous video. Now we come to the new stuff. Now let's declare a new variable which we called entry equals Tkinter point entry. And I have to slow down a little bit because now we can switch to the old tempo. Okay, so let's place the entry like entry point place on X equals 20, Y equals, let's say, 150. Now we run our script again. And now we have a little entry. To make it wider, we can change the width, like, oh, not here. Wrong argument. We can use the width argument. Can say something like 60. Keep in mind, this is not for 60 centimeters. He is using another way of measure, like for example the geometry. So if you type in, for example, 150, you could think it would take half of the x-axis, but it doesn't. It does even take more than that. So if you now run the script, you see it's let me show you. It kind of doesn't end. Okay, now that was too much of the unmaking. 1 second. Okay, so type in something like 20. This should do it. Okay, but only to have a text where you can write something like I love pizza with pineapple. I don't, by the way, but pizza with apple, Anyway, yeah, you want to do something with the stuff written in the text entry. So how do we do that? We use our, method. So again, with a button, you can, assign a function to the button. And now we can write text of entry equals entry point get. And with our get function, we simply get the text written in the entry. And now we can do something like label point. And we should switch this name because, we shouldn't name it label like this. We factor, rename, let's call it label in completely uppercase. And now we can say label point config, text equals text of entry. And with our config key, I didn't know if I covered it in the last video with config. We can change the habits of the label. We can even increase the size. We can do that as well. So let's say font equals 14. It's just for the purpose to show you that this also can change. It has no actual meaning. But if we run the code and now click on add, if we click on add, it should did it increase? Let me see. Yeah, it increased a little bit, but maybe I need to specify that it is Arial. If I specify that, let's run again. No. Yeah, it increased in the size. Perfect. That's what I wanted. Now, in some cases we don't want, it's not that we only want to change something depending on the, what is written on the entry. We also want to change what is written in the entry with the button. And we can do that with insert, like, entry point insert. And now we have an index and a string, like for example 0. And with the button we are inserting something like a smiley. And now if we run it again, we will simply add some smileys, and one thing works with another, so it will also add smileys to the label. And last but not least, in many occasions we want to delete what is written inside the entry. So we can do this with entry point delete. So for example, you can say 0 to 1. In this case, you should only delete the first sign. And this is a colon, by the way. But if he's adding a smiley and he's deleting the colon of the smiley, so it's just a bracket. If we kind of out-comment the insert, and again, let's type something, he will delete the first character, and we can simply type and for the argument last. We can also type in last equals and, but in that case it's enough if we just type and in that case he will delete the entire entry. And in this simple way you can try for yourself. You can make a little calculator now, which is a nice task, or has a nice way to kind of test your skills. Just make a little calculator. And with that in mind, I wish you a wonderful evening, dinner time, night time, whatever time it is in your country. See you on the next video. Bye bye.